good, YouTube? OTK here with a new deck. I finished my Blackwings, so just figured I'd make a video for it. It's kind of like along the lines of Chaos Rings, but it's missing a couple cards that I want to run. I'm trying to fit in room for 2 Thunder Kings and a BLS, of course, to make this deck more competitive, and it would just run a little bit better. If you guys have any options or like opinions of what to take out, I'm going to give you guys my opinion right now. I'm trying to toss out this Call of the Haunted. I want to toss this Breeze. That would be for the 2 Thunder Kings. And I also wanted to toss a Bora. So let me get what you guys think. For 1 Bora, 1 Call of the Haunted, and 1 Breeze. For 2 Thunder Kings and a BLS. I know there's a lot of monsters in here, but you're going to see why if you have a play-tested deck. So, here we go. Starts off with your boss monsters. You got, of course, you got Dark Arms, you got Gores, and you got Chaos Sorcerer. These cards are broken as hell, and once you get them out, you pretty much win the game. Not specifically Gores, but Gores wins games. Like, I won the majority of my games at a recent tournament with Gores, because they would just, clear my field. This, honestly, this format's mostly about like destruction and conserving shit. Like, if you drop a heavy and then a dark hole and then you bring out your Zen mains or something, obviously that's destruction, and you're conserving your Zen mains so you can go off the next turn. Or you could hold your field down, you know what I mean? Because Zen mains is broken. But yeah, Gores saved me a lot of games because they would just attack directly. I would drop Gores, it would be late game, and then I would just pop them, because he's a big beater. Alright, so, and yeah, Chaos Sorcerer, obviously. You got 2 lights in here, that's it. That's why I want to run the 2 Thunder Kings, so I can run 1 Chaos Sorcerer, and I want to run 1 BLS, so, I mean, I think that would be a pretty good combo to bring out, like, to have BLS in your hand, and have, like, a Thunder King in your graveyard, or, like, a Veiler, because Veiler always hits the graveyard because of its effect, obviously. So, we also got Value, only 1 Value. This is not Value Turbo, don't run 2 Value, that's all I'm going to say. Oh, one more thing actually about Value. I believe either they came out with it or they're coming out with a new Blackwing Synchro. It's a level 5. So that means you could use the Boras or the Siroccos to bring out your Value, to bring out a level 5 Blackwing Synchro, which is broken. Because now you don't always have to have your Sirocco in the graveyard. You don't always have to rely on just having Sirocco so you can bring out your level 6. And then you have to rely on having your Armwing in the graveyard to bring out your Armor Master. And that's, level 5 is really going to work out a lot. So yeah, you run that 1 Value, only 2 Siroccos, 3 Blizzards. Blizzard brings out everything. Blizzard is one of the most broken cards in this deck, because you could always have that. This is a good early game and late game card. That's the best part of it. Anytime you need it, you could always bring it up. Like, if you pop up, if you drop it, if you draw into that, that's not a big deal, you know what I mean? It's always +1s, because you always bring out this guy, and which later could lead on to bringing this guy. So you got 1 Gale, 1 Breeze. Shit's garbage, actually, honestly. That, it would be like, certain situations it's not bad, but it's, I don't really like running it too much. Sangan, it's kind of slow, but I do like it, because it does bring out the Breeze and activates Breeze effect, and it also targets out the majority of these cards besides your boss monsters and Sirocco. Also, Kalut, you gotta hold on to the Kalut. You can't just drop it, you can't summon it, nothing. Even if you're bringing out like a decent Synchro monster, or you're trying to exceed into something, never summon that shit. You always gotta hold that down, because this is your guy that brings out all the cards in your deck. Pretty much. Shura. Honestly, Shura wins games sometimes, because if you're holding down your Kalut and you're just summoning your Shura with the Black Whirlwind, you just hold on to your Kalut the whole time, and they won't attack because they know you're going to get your summon off, and they know that you're going to beat them with Kalut. So either you force the attack and you attack them, or you wait for them to attack and you just conserve your Kalut and wait for a play to happen in your hand, bomb the field, and then go off. Because you know what, that's what this deck is about. You gotta go crazy with this deck, because sometimes it's a little quick and sometimes it's pretty conservatory. That's why I like it. I mean, Blackwings are tier 2 or tier 3 right now. Nobody really plays them, but I actually like the deck. It's not too bad. But if I could be playing like Insectors or Chaos Dragons, which I'm probably gonna be playing, I'd rather be playing that. This is more of a fun deck, so don't get your hopes up. I mean, I did top at a locals, but it depends on the way you play. So Also, 3 Boras. Yeah, I gotta drop one, honestly, because it's not running as consistently as I thought, and holding that Bora in your hand, and you don't want to overextend too often with this format. I mean, obviously, when Blackwings are crazy good, you could overextend and not have to worry. But this format and the last couple formats, you're able to set traps and relax. Like, you don't have to do anything. Like, you could set traps, but the opposite player has to worry. So this format, you have to worry about, like, torrentials, you have to worry about solemn warning, solemn judgment, deep prisons, bottomlesses, everything. Like, that's why I don't really like Bora too much. And Bora's effect, it only really works well with Sirocco. That's when you do the combo with Bora and Sirocco. And because Sirocco's effect pumps him up to 3,700, and you could attack a defense position monster. Sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose, you know? Just depends on what they're playing. Triple Icarus. Really great card. Really great card. It doesn't dodge Starlight Road, but it's a really, really great card. Especially when they go Rabbit and double Sabersaurus or double whatever the other guy's name is. Can't think of it right now. You just flip your Icarus, pop your Value, pop Bora, pop a Shura, anything. At that point, you're just trying to dodge them getting out Zen main, so you have to pop it. But that's why I run 3 of them. I don't really think I want to drop one, but if it makes room for another card, for a better card, then I might. 2 Solemn Warning and a Solemn Judgment. The Solemn Brigade is broken. It's probably the best 3 cards like you could draw into, honestly, because just people make the mistake of setting it right away as soon as they draw it, and I don't like that. I don't know why they just set it right away and they just wait. They don't even wait. They just get the first tour guide that comes up, they just warning it. And yeah, obviously tour guide's worth warning, but you can't waste it on like a bad card. Like if they summon, I don't know, if say you're playing Inzectors, you obviously got a warning the Dragonfly or the like the Centipede and you know, so on and so forth. But I don't know, there's certain times where you wish you had that warning back, and that's why I don't use it too often. Judgment, the same concept. 2 Deep Prisons, nobody, like, I love that card. It's so broken. It's so good. Like, it doesn't say destroy this card, so starters can't dodge it. Like, I mean, I don't think you can. I don't know the ruling on that. Also, if going on to bottomless, if they go Zen mains and they attack, you just deep prison it. It can't do anything. If you go Zen mains or you hit bottomless, they can't do it. They can't negate it. They can negate this. So because this says destroy and remove from play, this just says remove from play. So yeah, it is targeting, but it's not destroying it. So you could easily remove that Zen mains from play. Zen mains is the biggest problem this format has because that just players do so much work with it. I got my Call of the Haunted. Works every now and then, but it's slower. It's like the slowest card in the deck, and I don't really need a slow card. You got 2 MSTs, Black Whirlwind, of course, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole. These 4 cards, 2 MSTs, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, they're your destruction cards. I always set my MSTs. I never used to use them right away. Heavy Storm, that's for big opening plays, or big plays to begin with. You got your Black Whirlwind. Of course, it's at 1, but it's still, you know, it makes the deck a little bit slower, but it's still competitive. You got your Dark Hole, of course. Duality, I don't want to run 2, but if I take out an Icarus, I might throw in another Duality just to test it out. I'm not sure how that would work. Got your Monster Reborn and your Book of Moon, of course, staples. Alright, so that's the main deck. Now we're going to get to the side deck. I play 3 Mirror Votes because I've been out of this game for 2 years and I don't really know the good cards right now to run. I went to locals with this side deck, with this 10-card side deck, and it actually didn't do too bad for me. I actually did decent with the side deck. I actually did very well with the side deck because I played 2 Inzector games, a Dino Rabbit game, and a Dark World, I think, and my side deck beat all of them. The reason for it is Mirror Votes beats Dino Rabbit because when Rabbit goes for Sabersaurus or whatever he goes for, or Cabazulus, that's what his name is, you flip the Mirror Votes, destroy both of them, and draw 1. That's broken. You know, it's a great play. I like Mirror Votes for that, but I wouldn't side it in against Inzectors. I wouldn't side it in against pretty much any other deck, honestly, besides Gladiator Beasts. Really, Eternal Rest, this works very well with Insectors because it just destroys all monsters with equip cards. And it's a pretty good card. I actually sided in against Insectors. I also sided in Skill Drain and Summon Limit. Only reason for it is because Skill Drain destroys Insectors, because Skill Drain just takes their effects away, and they're nothing without their effect besides low attack monsters that you could easily get over. I was playing this kid. It was game 2. He beat me game 1. I had a Skill Drain out, and he had to keep setting his cards because he had no plays, because his monster's effects were nothing. He had to wait to draw an MST. He had to wait to draw a Heavy Storm. And when he had the Heavy Storm or MST, when I had like 2 set cards and a Skill Drain, I would just Solemn it, you know, and then he just scooped it up. That's an easy game 2 win. Skill Drain wins games, I'm telling you. And also Summon Limit, when you're playing against like Dino Rabbit, or if you're playing against sometimes Dark Worlds. It depends on like what deck you're playing. Also, Chaos Dragons, it works very well. Again, Summon Limit is pretty good because they could only summon, not normal, not special, not flip, not nothing. Just they can only summon more than they can't summon more than 2 times per turn. So what's good about that is that against Insectors, if they're trying to go for the OTK, if they're trying to go for the the big play or whatever, you got your Summon Limit out and they're stopped. They're set up. Maybe they'll hit you with a little bit of life points off, but it won't make a really big difference because you have your Summon Limit and you won't get OTK'd. So it was a great card in the clutch, but I mean, I bet you could find a better card out there. So I played 2 Raikos because while running Blackwings, obviously you don't really run too many lights besides the 2 Veilers and the BLS and the 2 Thunder Kings, which I'm going to be running. Besides those 5 cards, against Shadow Imprisoning, this deck sucks. Like when your opponent has Shadow Imprisoning out, your deck is not good. The reason I run Raiko in my side deck is because I could side in 2 of them, and when I know they're going to side in Shadow Imprisoning's game 2, I also side in my 2 Raikos. Also, it's two more BLS targets, so I don't really care if they don't have Shadow Imprisonings, because I just play my Raiko, It's 2 more targets, it's not a big deal. Plus, if I side in Raiko, I pop out Breeze, and I also pop out a Blizzard, because of the fact that most of the time when they're siding in Shadow Imprisoning, you have to know what they're also siding in. It's not just those 2 cards. They're also siding in DD Crows. They're also siding in Skill Drains, possibly. And that would just kill your effects that would activate in the graveyard, like Vayu, Blizzard, Breeze wouldn't work anymore because he won't be special. I don't know if Breeze would work, I'm not sure. Sangan wouldn't work anymore because he doesn't work in the graveyard. A lot of cards wouldn't work as well anymore, so obviously you got to take out the Vayu, you got to take out the Blizzard, take out the Breeze, take out the Sangan, and a bunch of other cards you might have to take out, to be honest, because they play, if they play like DD Fissure and cards like that, Return from the Different Dimension, you would get stuck. So that's why you got to play 2 Raikos when you're siding game 2. And also King Tiger worked really well, very, very, very well. Against 6 Sams, I played 6 Sams round 2, and I played Insectors round 3. And I beat them both because I had King Tiger, I had Raiko, I had Seal Drain, I had Summon Limit, I had Really Eternal Rest. I mean, I know it's a lot of cards to side in, but there's a lot of cards that you could side out here. There's a lot of options. You're playing multiples of many cards, and you can pop them out easily. So what you got to do is just put in the King Tiger, and you know what? I'll read the effect of King Tiger in case for those people that don't know. I know a lot of people know. But it says, when a monster with 1400 or less attack is normal summoned or special summoned, destroy those monsters with 1400 or less attack. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. So what's good about that is against the Sectors, there are a lot of low attacks. Many low attacks, actually. So when they summon their Hopper or something, when they summon anything, your King Tiger could activate. You could use its effect. Wait, no, it's mandatory, actually. Destroy those monsters with 1400 or less attack when the normal or special summon. So that would pop out a lot of things. So the fact that King Tiger is a great side deck card, you guys should play it also. So that's it for the side deck. And now my extra deck, it's kind of quick because I don't really have many cards. Obviously, you need Stardust, you need Black Rose, you need many cards. But all I have right now is Granosaurus, Leviathan, Zenmeister, Gemini Pearl, Utopia, one armed wing, and 2 Armor Master. And that's my token, because I don't have a Gorse token or a Orca or whatever it's called. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. The side deck has there's no really need to explain it. If you guys want the deck, I mean, I will sell it because I do want to further my collection and grab more cards. I really want to run Chaos Dragons, and Chaos Dragons is a kind of cheap deck. If you're trying to hollow out, I understand. If you do want to buy this deck, I could switch a lot of cards that are hollow to commons. Like, I will switch... I might not be able to sell the warnings. I could probably pick up warnings again, but that's... that's if you guys want it, I will throw the warnings in. I could switch the Solemn to a rare. I could switch the Deep Prisons to a common. I could switch the Bottomlesses to a common. Value's at its lowest rarity. Dark Armed is at its super, but I could switch it to common, which I do have. And Sangan, I could switch to a common. Anything else, I believe it's at its lowest rarity, which also means it's at its lowest price. So if you guys do want the deck, please hit me up with a PM, a private message, and comment, rate, and subscribe. I'm really trying to get my subscribers up again. I did have a previous channel before this, like 2 years ago when I was playing, and now I'm playing again. I had about 400 or 500 subscribers on that channel, and now I only have about 135. So if you guys could do me the favor of subscribing, I'm going to be putting out great videos, and they're hopefully not going to be as long as this. This is just a deck explanation and I'm just showing my deck that I just built. If you guys are interested in the deck, please PM me, comment, rate, subscribe, and have a great day, alright? Peace out, you YouTubers.